So there was a chance that he could lose me. If he made certain decisions, and he made them anyways. I'm so frustrated with him. I'm so mad at him.
Oh, man, welcome back to the show. I'm still here with Batch Nation fave, Wells Adams. How are you, Wells?
I'm doing great. I'm doing a lot better than Peter because he's having a rough
Or Madison, for that point. I know you've been watching Peter's season of The Bachelor, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing through
course.
and through. What did you make of the dramatic ending with Madison walking away?
Yeah, I don't know if she really does walk away there. That might be a thing of like a producer pulled her and like that's how they were able to kind of like bookend that shot.
Right.
I do think that because there was no real closure. She was just like, I don't know if I should leave or not. So I think in the next episode, she's going to have like a come to Jesus moment. And
Literally, maybe.
I know,
yeah.
right? And pun intended. And then I think she will probably leave. But I felt bad for Peter. I mean, I feel bad for like everyone involved, but for Peter, like, it seems like, you remember in Wedding Singer when Adam Sandler's like, information that would have been good to know yesterday?
Yes.
It's like that where like she kind of beat around the bush about her being a virgin and like how her morals played into this. And I feel like when he heard her say that after that last rose ceremony of like, hey, if you sleep with someone else, I'm gonna bail. I think he took that as like, yeah, of course, any of the women that I'm dating don't want me to sleep with any of the other women I'm dating.
That's
that makes
nature
total
of relationships,
sense.
right.
Yeah. And so now him hearing like, oh, there's like this whole religious thing that I didn't know about, that sucks, you know?
Right. Do you think that Madison should have told him before she got that rose to be top 3? Like, do you think that's something that she should have brought up to him earlier? Like, did she owe that to him, considering it's kind of like a deal breaker for her?
I mean, so the whole thing is you have very limited time to show the person, the lead or whatnot, who you are. That's a very big part of who she is. And the fact that she kept it from him from so long seems a little weird. Like, I remember when I was on the show and I was on for a smaller amount of time, it was like I got 17 minutes to tell JoJo everything about my life and like all the important things and like who my family is, you know?
Right.
And to like kind of keep that out was just, it was just weird to me.
Right, because that seems to be like her end-all, be-all. Why?
Yeah.
And he seems religious-y, but not as much. I mean, he seems Christian, but not as much as she seems to want like this religious figure in her life, be her husband, right?
Well, yeah, and I think that she, you know, wants like her husband to be kind of like her father is, you know, like very religious and like this holier than thou guy.
This leader.
Yes, exactly, and you know, coach and I don't know if Peter is that, and so that sucks for him as well. Like that's more information of like, hey, by the way, this is exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe not that.
Well, I want to talk about Hannah Ann's fantasy dinner, her sweet date after. At dinner, she declared her devotion to Peter. Let's rewatch that.
Okay.
I hope if anything this week, it shows you like how devoted I am to you.
It does. I swear, on that beach when you first brought this up, just showed that I knew that I could count on you and that you're not going anywhere.
Hannah Ann and him have an interesting relationship, but I don't really feel like I know her. I mean, granted, we have limited time, but they just seem to kind of being like, you're so wonderful, you're so wonderful. What do you think of that date? What did you think of their time together?
I feel like she's kind of getting the Hannah G edit of like there's a lot other stuff happening that's more dramatic, so she kind of becomes a wallflower, whereas I think her story is actually probably interesting, just not as interesting as the Victoria F or now the Maddie situation.
Right.
I do feel bad for her. I feel like she's watching this back. If she doesn't get engaged to Peter, she's gonna be like, what is going on? I was so agreeable and nice, and we made out, and I put my hand on the window and streaked it down like the Titanic.
Yes!
Like, what one girl doesn't want to be here, and the other girl just told her she was a virgin, and she doesn't want to be here. Like, what's going on?
Like, why aren't you picking me?
Yeah.
Essentially. Well, we have to talk about Victoria. She's another, cog in the wheel. Let me play that clip from pretty much sums up her and Peter's relationship. Let's watch.
Okay.
The passion is 100% there. You know, there's obviously that fire. You know, some people might think it's too much of there, but for me, I'm actually really attracted to that. It's never going to be a boring relationship.
I mean, I think he says it right. It's never going to be boring. You know, we kind of joke about that he likes crazy, not easy. I'm not trying to, label her as crazy, but Do you think the passion between them is real, or do you think they're just really just two different people?
Yeah, I don't know. He said something like that was very telling to me, and it was very immature, I thought. He said, "We have everything a perfect relationship should have except communication." And I'm like, whoa, dude, that is actually the most important thing.
Yeah.
Like, I love everything about you except for talking to you, you know? Like, so that's insane to me. Just like right off the bat. I think that, yeah, we were talking about it, like me and my fiance were talking about it, where he was talking to Kelly, and Kelly said, I'm having so much fun, and he's like, it's not about fun, it's about being serious. And it's like, well, that's not really what a relationship is, you know? Like, relationships should be easy, you know? Like, what makes sports stars great is they do something that's like extremely difficult, but they make it look so effortless.
Right.
And that's what like a really good marriage should look like in my eyes, right? And why would you want to start with something that's already difficult? They seem like the couple that you never invite out to like couples dinner, because you're like, they're just gonna fight and it's gonna be so annoying.
Yes.
And they're just not invited.
But would you say of the three women, he has the most fun with Victoria?
I think that I think he likes feisty women.
Yes, and a little drama.
Yes.
It's a lot.
And I think he was like, I want to get to a fantasy suite to see what it's like. That's what I think.
That's very much so true. Well, Wells, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you let us know when you set your wedding date with Sarah. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much.
We'll be filming it, and I'm sure talking about it right here on Reality Check. Catch The Bachelor, The Women Tell All next Monday at 8/7 Central on ABC.